Hello, one and all. Welcome to the War Zone. I'm Scruffy, and this is Scruffy Tales. And in this video, we will take a look at where Ukraine has fallen back from positions they could no longer hold on to because of logistical issues. And we will also take a look where Ukraine has pushed Russia back, meaning Ukraine has secured more territory in Kursk Oblast. And as always, when you hear a beep beep beep, that's my headset that's messing with me and messing with you. So just be calm, stick around, and 8 to 10 seconds later, I'll be right back talking with you. Okay, let's get on with it. Right, so Kursk, what's going on? We have a couple of things happening. Didn't manage to make a video last night, but early morning on the 21st, let's do it. Basically, this is the map for the 20th, and we'll see what happens during the day of the 21st. But this is the 20th of August, recorded early morning on the 21st. So, yes, Ukraine has fallen back from Vetrino, Durovka, and Olgovka, and not so strange, the logistical route into these towns was narrow, difficult for Ukraine to secure, and really wasn't manageable at all. It was only a matter of time before they would fall back. That they held out for as long as they did, quite impressive. I mean, they had 3 towns, there was a river, and you can see here forests. So the area itself was a good place to defend. It was just they didn't have the ability to bring in enough logistics to maintain a foothold. So they are now falling back to this forest here. A forest that is a good position to defend. But as you can see, they're surrounded on 3 sides, and Russia has some avenues of approach, mainly out of Kremanoye, and it's easy for artillery mortars to hit this location as well. So we'll see if Ukraine can hold on. If they have enough trenches, foxholes, and bunkers in these woods, then Russia will probably struggle a bit pushing in. If Ukraine doesn't, then artillery might actually force them to abandon this location as well. But as you can see, it's a narrow pathway that they can utilize to reach this forest, and lots of open fields where drones can hunt down supplies and what have you. So it's a good place to defend, but again, difficult to support and supply. Also, Russia has made some gains down here. Moving out of Ruskaya Konopelka towards Kolmakov and Bondarevka, and even down here at Cherkaskaya Konopelka. Moved in here past the lake into this valley, moved into these, pushed out to these windbreaks here, heading for this gas station with a industrial site right next to it of some sort, factory or something. I do believe this is a gas station. So they're moving down here and also pushing up to this windbreak here, just outside whatever this is. We have a very similar facility up at Velikaya. Take a look at this. What the hell is that? Velikaya, take a look. Where is it? Oh, there we are. Take a look. Same thing. What is this? I wonder what this is. Anyway. So that is the situation here. Russia has made some gains along these windbreaks, trying to push across these open fields via the only cover available, the windbreaks here at the gas station, and here following, is it a railway? I believe this is a railway leading in towards Suja. Yeah, so they're pushing along the railway here and through the gas station and trying to reach the woods and the settlements over here. And also, Ukraine secures territory up here. Here you have Sudzha, here you have Martinovka, and Ukraine has pushed out from Cherkasskoe Porechnoe through this valley and the windbreaks here, all the way out here. And they've also managed to push along the highway here somewhat, pushing the Russians back in this area. So that leaves us with 3 points of contact right here. First one here, where Ukraine is pushing Russia back. Here, there seems to be a gap, so I'm guessing they're taking pot shots at each other over the open fields here, if they are firing at each other. And then here, seems to be a good defensive position for the Ukrainians. Difficult for Russia to push into town here. As you can see, easy for Ukraine to direct machine gun fire and mortar fire into this area if the Russians are trying to push through. Which suggests that Russia needs to make some form of motorized or mechanized assault to gain a foothold in this town. Coming down the road here, difficult as well. I mean, if they're coming down the road, you have drones, you may have anti-tank missiles flying across the field and what have you. So difficult position for the Russians to push in. Ukraine should be able to hold, and Ukraine is advancing south of these positions. Maybe they'll come up this way eventually, challenging the Russians in this section of the tree line. We'll see what happens. But beyond that, not much else is happening as far as I can tell. The big thing being Ukraine falling back from Vetrino, Dorov, something we have been waiting for. It was only a matter of time before that would happen. So we'll see if Ukraine can hold on to this position here. It's a difficult position for them to hold. As you can see, wide open spaces for them to cross to support it. Not much territory to actually hold and defend. And if Russia can break in, say here, I mean, they need one good breach point and then the Ukrainians are cut off and what have you. So a really difficult position to hold. And we'll see if Ukraine can hold on to this, because if they do hold on to this, they actually, let's see if I can show you here, manage to, hang on, then they actually managed to, maintain this bulge here. If Russia wants to flatten it, obviously, Russia wants Ukraine to hold something like so instead. That makes it real easy for Russia to resupply Novaya Ivanovka and allows Russia to more forcefully push in towards Malaya Lochna. If Ukraine can hold something like so, it narrows Russia's supply lines into Novaya Ivanovka, and it also gives Ukraine the potential to come up this way in strength if they can gather the numbers for it and challenge Novaya Ivanovka. So if Ukraine falls back up here, it's going to be difficult for them to reclaim Novaya Ivanovka. So therefore, we really need to keep an eye on this situation. If Ukraine can hold, they stand a good chance of reclaiming Novaya Ivanovka. If they have to fall back, Novaya Ivanovka will be a much more difficult objective to claim for Ukraine. So that's that. We're gonna swing over to Velikaya Loya. But before we do that, take note, we have updates here on the pro-Ukrainian maps that Ukraine is falling back. We have updates here that Russia is advancing. And we have updates here that Ukraine is gaining territory. So we are seeing continuous updates over here. Now, when we're moving over here, nothing. Very much, or a lot of, rather, a lot of nothing. We have seen indications that Russia has pushed into Velikaya. They have pushed in east of Velikaya. But beyond that, nothing else. We may have Ukraine pushing up west. That's a big maybe. But nothing indicates that Ukraine has been pushed out of this territory, out of this area. The pro-Russians will claim that Ukraine has left altogether, but we have so far seen nothing to indicate that. God damn it. So far, we have seen nothing that indicates that this is true, that Ukraine has fallen back. And the source for the claims that Ukraine has left this area come from Russian mill bloggers, not the Russian MOD, not the Ukrainian MOD. Russian mill bloggers is the source for the claims that Ukraine has left. So nothing so far actually indicates that Ukraine has left this territory. We may see over time that they're falling back, maybe. Sure. But over here, we see the maps changing all the time. The front lines are moving back and forth. Here, they remain static for a couple of weeks, apart from Russia pushing down over here, obviously. But yes, Ukraine very much still has a presence outside of Velikaya. They are holding on, and it appears that maybe they have secured and are actually defending this territory here between Velikaya and Wolfino. I guess that's it. I've updated where we also have a bunch of bridges, because it seems they will come into play now as Russia is trying to push eastward. You have a couple of cross points here across a small creek. If we zoom in, you can see here, right? And you have a river coming down this way and going up here. So these bridges will be important for Ukraine to defend. Son of a... Or for Russia to try and reach, obviously. Mark this one with the flaming icons, because Russia bombed that bridge the other day. And then we have a bridge over here. And the next bridge is up here. And like I've pointed out before, Russia's goal... Whoop. Hang on. Is to try and come in this way and deny Ukraine the use of these bridges. Then they will either push up so, or come down this way, or try and come in this way, or a combination of it all, in order to isolate and surround and cut off all the Ukrainians up here. Right? If Russia can pull this off, there are no reinforcements, no supplies, no nothing coming into this area, and Ukraine will have to fall back and punch their way out somehow, somewhere. Across a bridge, or southward this way, or coming down through over Novaya, who knows? But if Russia pulls this off, Ukraine has no choice but to abandon these positions and try and fight their way out, or leave before they are cut off. So that is the Russian plan here. How Ukraine will counter it, who knows? We'll see what happens, but that is the current situation in Kursk. Well, that's it. That's all I have for you this time around. I hope you found it interesting. I hope I'll see you in the next one. As always, go po marsh, Ukraine, and give them hell.